proper old school, pair of black boots, with like a white logo like that, because I'm a defender, so that's like a no nonsense. Can't be wearing any of these like, multicolored things. So
said to, if we'd sat here 2 weeks ago, which we did, and someone had said to you, you take 4 points from Arsenal, from Spurs and Arsenal and City away, you take that.
What we'll say is the players can't have their cake and eat it, okay? if you're on that sort of yeah, so Michael Oliver, 7 red cards. 7 red cards he's dished out to Arsenal, more than any other team. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Was that okay? So was that a second yellow or not? It's 2 yellow cards, boys. I'm sorry. We're not going to sit here and continue this conversation.
Regardless,
it's 2 yellow cards. The Doku one is not a book. I'm sorry, it is not a booking. It's not a booking. It would have been a Mourinho masterclass level performance. Let's not downplay Rodri's injury. Rodri's injury is massive. That is massive for Man City. You saw the record with and without Rodri. That will be the equivalent of you lot losing Saliba, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean.
We're back with another episode of the Under the... Here we go.
Under the...
I want to change it up, man. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, that's what it is. All right, cool. Let's go. Ready? Go, come here.
3, 2, 1, action.
And we're back with another episode of the On The Bench podcast. I'm your host, Jaydan. It's episode 27. And on the bench today, I got with me... already. You can't see the Man United man without pressing the blue button. He was sick. He had an injury again. We spoke about these injuries, bruv. You're injured again. What's happening now?
I was on the sidelines, mate. I was up for the count, mate.
How you feeling today, though, mate?
Yeah, a lot better, thankfully. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, a lot better. Yeah, thanks for checking in with me, boys.
Yeah, we
appreciate the messages.
Actually, really like. Yeah. I kept on meaning to message you.
Yeah, saying, of course you did, mate.
How you feeling, mate?
Your busy lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, actually, now that he says, no, but like we're a team, You got to show a bit of support, and no one once was like, "Hey, bro, like rest up, hope you're okay." Everyone's just like, "God, he missed an episode, man. Like, what a douchebag."
It's literally what it was as well. Do you know what I mean?
But you good though,
we didn't actually see the doctor's note, actually, so. Just saying.
I'll show it to you.
Is it a conspiracy? Yeah. Do we have to press the blue button?
I want to know the name of the antibiotic.
And do you know what was annoying? It was after the game that we actually won. You know what I mean? We actually won a game against Southampton.
It's true, actually. The pressure was on that weekend. So
it was.
Yeah, no, he wasn't skiving. He wasn't skiving for that. Maybe he was actually ill.
Alright, cool. Also today we got Mr. Mark, the Arsenal man, my Arsenal brother. I can't even call you Gareth Southgate. Are you going to be what's the new manager's name?
Lee Carsley.
Like
Lee Carsley. Yeah, I'm writing a tune for Lee.
Can I get a verse?
Yeah, of course you can, mate. I mean, I haven't ever heard you sing, but yeah, sure, mate.
Bars and that, man.
It's a free for all with my tunes, mate. It's all a good laugh, so we'll see. Yeah, but no, I'll be serenading him soon. I'm just waiting for the all clear that he's actually got the job.
All right, cool. That's good.
But it's been a busy week. Obviously, we didn't record last week because of your throat infection, and we just feel lost without you, Frankie.
Yeah, my voice is all over the place. Yeah, cheers, mate.
Last time we were recording, obviously, Harry Kane. Congratulations to him. He got his on his 100th goal. He was wearing the golden boots, and obviously had to deliver. We'll get onto that later on in the show. A little segment about football boots, which will be quite fun. And obviously, we had a party planned, didn't we, Jordan?
Yeah, but Mr. Party Pooper.
I had confetti cannons. I had like the party hats ready. I was ready to pop it off. Happy 115th to everyone. The court case has started. Thank goodness. May there be justice for the world of football. So yeah, no, I'm glad. Did you see the owner of Man City walking in with like
Sheikh
this with this entourage of lawyers, like we're not guilty, and then like comes in with like literally like 27 lawyers, like they're of all nationalities, shapes, sizes, and colours. They've got the best from every country in the world, like the top of their game. And he just walks in like, you're not getting nothing on us, mate. So we'll see how that plans out. It'll be absolutely fascinating.
They're gonna get like 10 points deducted.
That will make the difference for the title. Not that I want to win it that way, but listen, it's about time.
There'll be no rock, stone, pebble left unturned, mate. With those lawyers, they're going to be doing absolutely everything they can to not even a 10-point deduction, mate.
Also, speaking on the Man City charge, Rodri was talking about the players playing too much games.
Yeah,
there's quite a few. Who's the other players? You know, I was saying it. There was a few
Well,
players came
Alisson
out.
was another player, which is hilarious, really, because you're a goalkeeper, mate. Like you can't say that. Like you're chilling. Like obviously you're a very good goalkeeper, and you're off your line, and you will run more than most goalies. But you can't, as a goalie, complain about the amount of games. So what I would say about that, obviously, Rodri was. Put into, he was asked the question. It's not like he came out and said it. So it was kind of got out of him by whichever journalist it was. But, my opinion is, I think it's ridiculous that players should strike. It's only the top, few teams that will play the amount of games that we're talking about. Obviously, the new format of the Champions League. There are a few more games, but the biggest, best teams have the biggest squads. You've got more money. You've got bigger squads. Use your squads. Like and as a player, you don't have to play if you don't want to.
National leagues needed.
The Nations League.
Nations League, yeah. Is that
listen, I'm not a fan of that. I said that before.
Yeah. And then they've jumped straight into that.
But you see, my argument is that
needed, right?
International football is so dead, so rubbish when it's not a proper tournament that the Nations League was needed to spice it up. I think we touched upon
now
this a
it's
little
like,
bit.
Is it needed? Players are getting injured. The guard.
Yeah, but for me,
for
me, I look at the Nations League and I just feel like it's a forced competition. You know what I mean? I don't. It's a bit like the what was that trophy that they used? All the winners of all their respective domestic
Cup Winners' Cup.
No. I'm talking about in the internationals, the Confederations Cup. I wasn't a fan of that either. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you maybe because we never won it, that's probably why. If England won it, I'd have been like, yeah, it's a proper trophy.
You would want to be in all of those competitions. You wouldn't milk that one trophy you win for all it.
I remember growing up, they had that Le Tournoi, and I think it was like France when Roberto Carlos scored that free kick. That's the competition. England won that, funnily enough. But again, like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of these, Nations League and this and that. You've got your Euros, you've got your World Cup. Obviously, you've got your Copa America and African Cup of Nations. And I feel like yeah. Anyway, I'm not a fan.
I just feel anyway. Just to finish up on this, I just think they get paid far too much money, and you don't have to play. You just have to say, I don't want to play in the Carabao Cup. I don't want to play in the FA Cup. What
are you talking about the players?
Yeah, the players. Like, I just don't think they have any right.
I don't think it's that easy, because if you turn around and say, I don't want to play in this competition because I'm too big for it, it just sets the wrong precedent and a wrong example.
That's a good
you know what I mean?
The Nations Cup, though, why don't they do it next year? When's the World Cup? 2026.
2026.
Yeah. So why don't they have it break now? Next year, the Nations Cup.
So you're saying no Nations League after a major competition?
Yeah, I think.
To be fair, he's polished it off.
Hey, wow, you finished that quickly.
Yeah, off camera.
For context for the viewers, there was a very large slab of banana cake that we all wanted some of, and the producer said no, basically, in the
not enough to go
possible.
around, apparently.
And now he's just polished the whole thing.
35 seconds.
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
I gotta go back to it. So we said, why can it be next year, 2025?
I don't know.
Well, what I will say is the players can't have their cake and eat it. Okay, if you're on that sort of money,
That's what it is.
That'll do.
But yeah, unfortunately, sadly, Rodri has actually today, it has been confirmed, picked up a very serious injury, obviously. I am wearing an Arsenal shirt, and it is a huge advantage in the title race, but no one likes to see anyone get hurt. It's like absolute beast of a player, and that is, it's a bit mad. And will he put it down to playing too many games? And he's a bit fatigued in his muscles. So it's quite interesting that's happened. Should we get onto that small game that happened yesterday in the Premier League?
Going on. So we're going to jump into the Arsenal Man City game. Ended 2-2.
That's an all-time classic, isn't it?
Haaland scored his 100th goal in 105 games. It's a machine, man.
Has anyone reached that quicker? Sorry,
Ronaldo. Cristiano
Ronaldo. Oh yeah, of course.
Go on.
You asked the question, I answered it, mate. You know what I mean?
I know, but
exactly. He equaled CR7's record, which is
exactly
phenomenal. 105 games. Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't beat that one.
Okay, so he didn't beat it.
Cool, fair enough.
Yeah.
Good game, though.
Yeah. I mean, do you lot want to start because you're the Arsenal boys?
Oh, mate, there's so much to get into here. I mean, let's stick on Haaland for a second, okay? And the S-housery that went down. I think I lost a lot of respect for Haaland yesterday.
Yeah.
I think immense players, one of the greatest strikers to ever play the game, and will go down in history. But, you know, I don't mind a bit of that, like during the game, like winding up, but then like to go up to Arteta at the end of the game and like humble yourself. Like at the end of the game is where, you know, especially after they've just rescued a point, it's a battle between two very good teams. What a game. You shake hands, you have respect, yeah? You know, it's not like some madness happened and we were like really ratty. Okay, the dark arts were in full force. You know, we were time wasting. We were doing everything within the letter of the law, you know, to win that game. But then for him to act the way that he did, the way that he did, you can't. Was so disrespectful.
No, hold on. First of all, I see Arteta on a touchline every single week, doing a madness out of his technical area. We don't know what Arteta was doing or saying,
but at the end of the game,
to make him react that way. No, I understand.
No, he did that off his own back.
But he can't do it during the game, can he? Haaland's playing centre forward in the middle of the pitch. You can't be doing that during the game. So obviously something's happened, and you're talking about the letter of the law. Arsenal have been doing their own S-housery for a long time now. Okay, so I just wanted to challenge that because I don't think
there's S-housery and then there's like ratty and there's just plain disrespect.
Yeah, but you guys have been doing that as well.
On the pitch like he does every week.
Shaq has been guilty of that in the past.
Okay, threw the ball in.
Gabriel said, okay, that's silly, that's childish. Yeah, I understand.
That's a bit funny, but like now he's on the same level as Neil Maupay.
Probably, yeah.
After what he did yesterday, he's on the same level, and like no one likes that guy. That guy is ratty.
But the thing is, if you lot are going to play that game where there was a lot of needle in the game yesterday. A lot of needle in the game. Carragher said it, and I agree with it. There was a lot of aggression, a lot of animosity. You could feel it. You could sense the tension in the game. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. As a neutral, I loved it. I've missed games like that. I haven't seen games like that for a very, very long time. You know what I mean? And you might get the odd game, but I feel like if Arteta and Pep are going to be there for the next 2 or 3 years, potentially, I don't know if Pep's going to leave, that could be more and more. Do you know what I mean?
There's respect between them. You know, Pep took out his anger on the chair.
So when Man United had a big rivalry, with Arsenal, there was no real respect.
That's what it reminded me of. Yesterday, that's what it reminded me. It reminded me of the Van.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. So it can happen, and emotions get the better of you, and obviously he's obviously angry, he's obviously frustrated, you know, Arteta's obviously done something or said something and whatnot, but it's not like the Arsenal players weren't coming up to him and you know, stuff like, who is it, Havertz barging into Rodri 3-4 seconds into the game, when they're trying to block off Haaland as well every time he's trying to run forward. It's stuff like that. It's obviously agitated and frustrated him.
That's not saying at the end of a game. You know, at the end of the game, you shake hands, and you show respect. Because
look, I understand that. I understand what you lot are saying, but what you lot also need to understand is when you play football. I've played football, obviously a much lower level, but there's been games when it's kicked off. I'm not showing that manager respect, and he's not going to show us respect either. It can happen. I know this is a Premier League. It's an example to kids and kids watching.
Yeah, but if it kicks off, I think like if someone's like tactical fouling and time wasting, you know, no one's gone up to Haaland, I think, and you know, said something about his mum or something like that, where you know it kicks off. Like that hasn't happened. Like you know, I haven't seen that, and we would have seen more of that. Like he's literally.
But we don't know. Arteta could have got mad when
Man City.
This is what I'm saying. We don't know what was said.
They're rattled, and he's like he's gone up to them and just been like, you know, humble yourself.
But again, look, for example, your first, right, obviously we're going to cover the goals. The goal that was scored, the incident with Kyle Walker getting called up to the referee, I agree with City on that. Because if a substitute, if you, right, let me give you.
But we haven't done anything wrong.
No, you haven't done anything wrong.
The referee's given us that opportunity, and we took it. That was smart.
But that's where it all starts. So things like that start. And obviously, if you lot are complaining and someone's saying something, look, we don't know what Arteta was saying on the touchline. But I see Arteta every single week. And listen, I respect that guy. Top manager. He's going to be. He clearly is. Tactician and everything. I thought Arsenal were brilliant yesterday. But he's got a lot of scummy behaviour. Do you understand?
He's very
it's about
passionate.
Time someone told him to humble himself.
I think scummy is a very strong word.
He can be.
I think fury and passion and absolute determination to win that boils over sometimes. I think when it comes down to
little things. Listen, I see it all the time.
He showed his class yesterday when Haaland said that to him. He didn't react.
What about when the ball? Hold on. What about when the ball goes out of play and it comes to him and he picks it up and he's doing all that kind of stuff? And I see all of that. When the ball's coming and he goes to act like he's going to play it and then the player's waiting for it and then he dummies it. That's all scummy to me.
I think that's very different. I think that's very different to the
you. That's different, but it all adds to it though. This is what I'm saying. It brings it to a boiling point, and then something's gonna give. It's always gonna be that way.
That's not scummy, man.
Do you know what I mean? To me, that is. To me, that is.
I mean, listen. Do you know what? I'm just really annoyed that I'm sitting here and I'm analysing this game as an Arsenal fan because, like, you know, I take my work seriously, and I want to give this game the, like, I am trying to be non-biased, and I'm trying to look at it from a neutral perspective.
You don't look very non-biased to me, mate. You know what I mean?
Obviously, the vein is going a little bit.
That's what I was looking at right now.
The vein is going a little bit, but no, seriously, like. I'm just annoyed that I'm an Arsenal fan analysing this game because there's so much to unpack, and I don't want people to think that I'm saying what I'm saying as an Arsenal fan. Like I feel like. Anyway, sorry. Go on,
all right, cool. Well, Haaland's obviously, like we said, Haaland scored his 100th goal. Decent goal. It's an easy goal. I didn't expect Arsenal to let such a goal like that.
I think it's very underrated.
The boy Savinho, the way he's turned,
that finish is underrated. I know.
I agree.
The way he broke through the middle. I didn't think Gabriel and Saliba will leave such a gap with Haaland there as well. Of all players.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't expect them to do that.
But you know, I just want to emphasise that finish was cold.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say, look, that burst of acceleration to get him that yard where he was finding it so easy to finish. And
but you stick tighter to him. He's a man you stayed close to.
It can happen though. Like I said, it's not like you've conceded that goal against Neil Maupay, for example. This is Erling Haaland. This is probably the best striker in the world at the moment.
No one's better than him at just sitting on the shoulder and positionally. No one is better than him in the world. And, you know, that can also sometimes be used by Man City as a tactic to distract from other plays. So if you get sucked into Haaland too much, then some other madnesses can happen on the wing. You just don't know. Like, Guardiola's a genius, you know. You have to keep your shape, and I think we were in good shape. It's just they're just very good, and it was pinpoint, wasn't it?
Then we equalised. Calafiori scored a banger.
Unbelievable
wow, goal. Calafiori, wow, like that.
Big goal.
What a goal,
unbelievable.
Mate. I was shocked. It doesn't even look like it should go in, but it was just executed so well. Like, what a goal.
And you're beating Edison from there as well. That's 25 yards out. That's at an angle as well. And it was one of those ones where he's put it in the only place that he can score in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right anywhere else, this side, it would have probably been covered. Down low, would have probably been covered. Inch perfect. Unbelievable goal.
Just to confirm, obviously, there was a lot of speculation that Ben White was dropped.
For technical.
No, he just had a
little knock.
Issue, so it wasn't a tactical thing, which, you know, we would have been like, wow, unbelievable Arteta. But it has been confirmed that. You know, there was
slight injury. To be fair, Arsenal played, and I wanted to come to this point as well. Actually, I thought Arsenal were unbelievable yesterday. The way that they played, especially. You know what? I feel like if Rodri, I would love to have seen that game if Rodri hadn't been injured. And if Arsenal stayed with 11 men,
I know, mate.
I genuinely feel like Arsenal could still have,
and for the neutral.
I mean, it looked like it was. Look, when City scored, I was like, they're probably going to go score another one. And when you lot equalised, I was like, oh, fair enough. And then there was a set piece that you got after that, didn't you? And then Gabriel should have scored that one. And then he scored the second one.
I knew he was going to score that.
Yeah, you could just see it. You could just see it.
And like, what a finish as well. Like, it was crazy. It was one of from behind the goal. Like,
it was brilliant. It was, and you know what?
The most set pieces as well.
Listen, Saka's delivery, unbelievable. Bukayo Saka's delivery, 2 unbelievable crosses from corners. To have that consistency, honestly, from delivering a set, it's not easy. It is not easy. And you know what? Fair play, mate, because that was really, really impressive. And
you a secret Arsenal fan?
Not at all, mate. I can't stand
credit where credit is due. Like,
you have to respect it.
We're incredible.
It
was defending masterclass. We showed character that you know we haven't shown that since the Invincibles.
Can I just touch on something else as well that I wanted to mention? Obviously, we're watching a game on Sky Sports, and Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville kept on talking about they've got to get Ruben Diaz off the ball. They've got to get Kyle Walker off the ball. They're talking about Man City. Now, I think that's unbelievable defending from Arsenal, because what they're doing is they're isolating the players who are good on the ball and leaving free the players who aren't as good on the ball. So that's not a coincidence. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I understand what they're saying when they're saying maybe rotate those players, but then who's to say that if that's what they had done, let's say, for example, they dropped Phil Foden out further out when he came on, that there's not going to be a man closer to him. That's probably when you wouldn't get a yard of space. Am I making sense? And then you might have, so let's say Ruben Diaz plays as an extra lump forward up top, in the middle of the area. they'll probably leave him a bit more free because he's not really got a goal scoring threat. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I thought that was also really, really good defending by Arsenal, and credit to them, because I was watching a game with about 15 minutes left and I thought, they're not going to score here. You could just see, it's almost like they'd run out of ideas. You know what I mean? When it got to like 80, 85 minutes, I thought City ran out of ideas. And let's be honest, they got the goal in the end. It was a scrappy goal, bundled over the line. But
do you know where they went wrong? Is that they had a right-footed player on the left wing and a left-footed player on the right wing the whole game, and they weren't just putting the crosses in. I know they don't like to play that way, but like...
But I'll be honest with you,
if they just put more crosses in,
I
would have dropped for them
I
sooner.
disagree, because your boys at the and I said this to you last season, Gabriel, Saliba and Rice, but forget Rice, Gabriel and Saliba, those two at the back they're the best defensive partnership in the Premier League right now. No one can tell me otherwise.
No, exactly.
And they win 95% of headers in the area. So spamming crosses, I don't think would have worked, because I've seen teams trying to spam crosses against you. Like, it doesn't work.
You though, but like, you know,
we're at set piece at the moment, so
we were very narrow, you know, and you know, guarding the goal as you should in that situation, that scenario with 10 men. You know, they needed to bomb down the wing and get more balls in, and they would have had more luck.
But you say bomb down the wing, there's no space because you're defending deep.
But very centrally.
Yeah, okay, I understand that, but as soon as the ball goes out wide, there is a player that runs out, whether it's Calafiori, whether it's Jurriën Timber, whether it was Ben White in the second half, or whoever it was, there is a player that's going out to them. And remember, I thought Martinelli played really well yesterday when he tucked inside.
I tell you who else played really well and was basically leading the line was Partey. I just thought he was kind of like at the peak for large parts of that second half, and he was the one like running out to like put the pressure inside,
doing his job,
and then coming back in.
Yeah,
I just thought he did really well at that.
That's what I'm saying. Look, Arsenal's. Look, you guys almost executed the plan to an absolute T yesterday. Bar the 98th minute equaliser, it would have been a Mourinho masterclass level performance. So, but look, at the end of the day, if someone had said to you, if we'd sat here 2 weeks ago, which we did, and someone had said to you, you take 4 points from Arsenal, from Spurs and Arsenal and City away,
and even
you
the
take
Villa
that.
game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got
Mate,
3 of your toughest away games out the way already.
Mate.
3 of,
I'm blinder, mate.
Obviously, we wanted to win.
I would have been happy with the draw before the game. I would have been happy with the draw at half-time. You know,
And
obviously,
the other thing that I wanted to, let's not downplay Rodri's injury. Rodri's injury is massive. That is massive for Man City. You saw the record with and without Rodri.
I think De Bruyne's out for a while as well, isn't he? I think it's like
I mean, look,
obviously they've got an Arsenal, but like that's a big miss.
It is. It's massive. That will be the equivalent of you lot losing Saliba, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we lost the title when we lost Saliba.
Or Liverpool losing Van Dijk. That's the impact that Rodri has on that Man City team, in my opinion. So I feel like because of that, there's going to be certain games when they can't win. Look, even when Rodri came off yesterday, the moment he came off, there was no pivot that was in the middle that was controlling. There wasn't. It's almost like look, obviously City and Man City, they've still got quality, don't get me wrong, they're going to go and finish in the top 2 100%. But I feel like that is a massive advantage to Arsenal, in my opinion, in the title race.
It is.
So we'll see.
It is.
What about Havertz not making any passes to a teammate in 90 minutes?
Yeah,
he broke a record, didn't he?
And Timber.
And Timber, yeah.
And Timber.
But Timber had a good game, though.
Yeah, I mean, when I read that, I was like, surely not. Someone's just put this but to like prank on the internet, but it actually is a thing. Like that actually, they actually didn't make any successful passes. That's
Timber's
crazy.
had a good game, though.
Yeah, oh God, defensively he was fantastic. Yeah.
So we allowed Timber, but Havertz.
Listen, for me, stats like that don't always tell the story, because ultimately you played the whole of the second half with 10 men. You played. What minute did Trossard get sent off in the first half? Was it like right at the end of the half?
Yeah, fairly close.
So and obviously the first half, I think the first 20 minutes, almost City were pretty dominant. The first 15-20 minutes. So really, there was only about 20-25 minutes where Havertz had the opportunity to actually get past. And I know what you said. Obviously, Timber's another one, but you look at the off the ball work that both of them done, including Havertz as well. Listen, stats like that irrelevant to me. For me, that means nothing.
I would just like to show balance, though. You know, like,
of course you do.
There's been a lot of praise.
Yeah. Also, let's get on to the red card, Trossard's red card, man.
Yeah, so Michael Oliver, 7 red cards. 7 red cards he's dished out to Arsenal more than any other team. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Right. Was that okay? So was that a second yellow or not?
Yes.
Okay. Was that a second yellow?
Well, I think.
What was the yellow for?
I think if I was refereeing the game, if it wasn't Michael Oliver, you think the magnitude of the game, I'm going to give him one more warning. I think it's a bit rash. He's ruined the best game of the season.
Right.
It was still an incredible game.
What
But
did they give him for that?
first and foremost, was the first yellow a booking? It was.
okay,
because he's
but
pulled the player
Doku's
back.
done the same thing. We don't have
No.
Later on in the game,
We'll come back
he's
to that.
kicked the ball away.
No.
We
We'll
don't
come
have
back to that.
consistency.
No. You're wrong. You're wrong. We'll come back to that. My question is, he's pulled back. So he's pulled back Savinho for the first one, 100% yellow. Right, it's in the book.
What was the second
The second
one?
one. Now I'll be honest with you. The way that he challenged Bernardo Silva, that was borderline a yellow for me because it's not a nudge. He's taken him out there, and then. The whistle's gone, and then he's going to kick the ball away.
No, but he's in the momentum of.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He
pulled out. He had a leg going in. He pulled it out.
It was 100%. No, he wasn't in the momentum. He wasn't in the momentum.
100%.
Listen, it was foolish. It was foolish. He should know better, especially after what happened to Declan Rice 2 weeks ago. That was very, very naive from him. And if you lot don't learn, you can't keep moaning. And to go back to the Doku incident, the Jeremy Doku incident, the reason why that wasn't a yellow card is because Michael Oliver's saying to the Arsenal players, no, it's a free kick in your half. Play it back in your half, and they're trying to take the free kick 5 yards inside City's half. So Doku kicked it into their half, and they're trying to say it's a yellow card. It wasn't a yellow card. No, he didn't kick it hard. He kicked it back to where. No, he didn't. No, he didn't go far. He didn't boot it.
He's a professional football
He passed it across to say it's in your half.
So he kicked it.
This is why it wasn't okay. But this is it's not a yellow card.
He kicked it past them.
Okay, but
so you're wasting time.
Hold on.
It's about wasting time.
This is what. But it's not wasting. Hold on.
If you kick it past them, that's wasting time.
How can it be wasting time if you can't take the free kick because it's not meant to be taken from there? So you can't. No. See, this is what I'm saying. See, you lot got your Arsenal shirts on now. You lot got your Arsenal shirts on. It's not metaphorically as well.
Let's bring this down a little bit.
No.
Let's bring this down a little bit.
You can't be delaying a restart if the ball can't be kicked. No, he didn't. Because
it went past them.
I'm explaining. If you listen to what I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. You can't be delaying the restart if the ball cannot be restarted because Michael was saying it's not. You can't restart it from there. You got to restart it from there. Do you understand? So if he can't kick it back there, the Arsenal players have to. This is what happened. I was watching, and he kept on saying to them, "No, take it back." And
I am
they refused
sorry
to take it
I
back.
even brought up this incident. I should have brought up a different incident because this happens week in, week out in the Premier League. A player kicks the ball
But
away,
they've started booking everyone for it now.
Not everyone.
We got 2
I'm
yellow
going to be
cards
watching
against
with an
Southampton
eagle
for
eye,
it.
and every single episode I'll be saying this player didn't get booked.
You know what?
Okay,
Especially Michael Oliver.
can we just get back to Michael Oliver? I think we're getting off the point here. Michael Oliver. It is an incredibly high-profile game. Surely there's so much controversy
It's 2
about
yellow
him.
cards, boys. I'm sorry. We're not going to sit here and continue this conversation.
Regardless,
it's 2
okay,
yellow cards. The Doku one is not a book. I'm sorry, it is not a booking. It's not a booking.
It should have.
You know what?
Wouldn't it be a talk of discussion if it wasn't?
Yeah, but that's you lot put up as a talk of discussion. Yeah, because people are just silly. That's why people don't know football. That's why. Listen, watch. So how is it a yellow card?
He's kicked it past the players hard.
He's kicked it towards them. He's not kicked it hard.
It's gone
3 yards,
past them.
5 yards, 6 yards. It's the same thing.
Boys, we're going round in
He's
circles
saying
here.
take it back into your.
I want to get back to Michael Oliver.
Do you know what I mean?
Go on.
I just think that there's so much controversy about him refereeing these games. Why are we not just getting someone low?
Because the refs are crap. That's the truth.
Look, we could do a whole episode on refs.
Awful refs.
I think that we should get the best referees from around the world.
Michael Oliver's not a bad ref.
I just think there are some.
No, listen, I'll be honest with you lot. Listen, you lot are playing victim now. That's the truth.
No,
you lot are playing victim now. And I'm telling you, listen,
cards
where there was
more than
credit
any other
due,
team.
I gave you lot credit. Where you lot are wrong, I'm telling you lot are wrong.
He's got an agenda against
I just think that, like, if you have a concern as a football club, if you have a concern about a referee being, slightly unjust to you, regardless of whether he was this game or not, I think you should be able to voice those concerns and ask to change a referee. You should get a certain amount.
If this was Man United, you'll be going bonkers. If Michael Oliver's given Man United the most
but it depends on the context. No, it depends on the context.
What did you do last year?
Listen,
You've done something else last season with Arsenal.
Listen.
He sent someone off again. Yeah, who did he send off?
He sent someone off against Man City and Arsenal last season.
No, he didn't send off Kovacic for a second foul. But that's a different context. That's a different game.
That's terrible.
You can't be judging a game.
It shows bias.
There is.
Come on,
okay, boys. All right.
That shows bias, man.
All right, you guys. You know what? Carry on playing the victim.
I'm not playing the victim. I'm saying for the greater good of the game.
I'm telling you lot are playing victim.
No way.
That's not. Listen, Doku's was not a yellow card. It's not a yellow card. If you see what was going on, go and watch it back. See what he's telling the Arsenal players. They're debating with the referee. He's saying no, take it back. So Doku kicks it back for them.
Listen, I'm gonna post this on the Instagram.
Post it.
Doku's a yellow card. So we're gonna do this on Insta.
The only people that think it's a yellow card are gonna be Arsenal fans.
No. Yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan, do not vote. That's what I'm gonna say. I want a legitimate poll. Yeah. And or Tottenham for that reason. No Tottenham or Arsenal fans are allowed to vote on this poll. or City, okay? I think we can leave that there because your throat must be tanging.
It is. I'm not gonna lie.
Next week.
It's going to be out next week. But look, mate, it's done him good though. He's talking about all tactics and stuff. He said he'd been playing a lot of Champ Manager. Just sitting at home watching football all day, man.
I'm sick. I was on a laptop morning till night playing Champ Manager.
Tom Yum soup and football watching, mate. Sounds a blinder.
Well, speaking about dodgy refereeing, we're going to jump into the Tottenham Brentford game. There was another dodgy decision in that game. Vicario, is that right?
Yeah,
he handballed it outside of the box.
I've seen it.
That was a shocker.
That's a shock. I don't understand.
That is an absolute
What is the
shocker.
point of VAR?
Mate, listen, you do not need VAR for that. The referee is stood 5-6 yards away.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The whole point of VAR is to double check decisions and to make sure something like that never goes under the radar. So I don't know what's happened there.
That was a disgraceful decision.
It is the wrong decision. Yeah.
Football again. We spoke about this last season. And
Okay, let's get back to refereeing, okay? Yeah. We should be importing the best referees in the world. We've got the best league in the world. There's no reason why we shouldn't be importing, and we should have far more punishments for referees that perform badly, and relegations. You go and ref in the Championship this weekend, or go back to League One, and I'll tell you now, the standards will pick up quite quickly. But yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, this is weird saying this as an Arsenal. I'm kind of happy for Solanke. I don't know. I thought that would be, but I just like.
What's going on here, bruv?
Yeah, I'll get myself tested, bro. Yeah, I haven't eaten a lot today. I'm feeling a little bit delirious, actually. Yeah,
Madison's.
No, but fair play to him. There's a lot of pressure. He come up with I did think that was going to be a good sign-in. I thought he was very good for Bournemouth last season.
So did I, to be fair.
And he's not, he's not fully a Tottenham boy yet. He's not fully got the disease. Yeah, Solanke. So, obviously in a couple of weeks' time.
He wears the shirt. That's it.
He's a Tottenham fan.
Not fan, sorry, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, he's probably a gooner, mate. Everyone that signs for Tottenham is just secretly a gooner. They're so gutted. They're
controversial.
They put themselves in the shop window, and then
no want you.
And then they're like, "Oh, Tottenham offering a big contract. I've got to go." But they're kind of gutted, and yeah.
Give me one example.
Harry Kane.
Yeah, that's the best example, mate. Yeah. We'll end that there. Okay, cool.
Madison looked good though.
Yeah.
Madison's a good player, man.
Yeah, but he can just go missing sometimes in the season, man. He's never been consistent.
I think you know what it is with Madison. I think he's picked up a lot of injuries, and I think that's slowed him down. Because even for Leicester, the amount of games that he used to miss just for injury. Because when he first came onto the scene with Norwich, he looked unbelievable. You know what I mean? Athletic, getting about the pitch, free kicks, left foot, right foot, inside the box, outside the box. He's a proper player. And then obviously that's when he got his move to Leicester as well. Because at the time Leicester was on the rise. But then at Leicester, he looked good for a season. And then he just kept on picking up injuries after injuries after injuries. And now, even for Spurs, he just seems to be... Does he ever complete 90 minutes? Every time I watch Spurs live, this is what I mean. Every time I watch Spurs live, it comes off for like 15, 20 minutes left. Really. So it's, I just feel like that's going to be the what if for Madison. You know what I mean? If he was injury free. But
just one more thing on Tottenham before we move on. We haven't covered Ange's comments. I thought that was a bit wild, isn't it? He said the other week, he puts so much pressure. He's like, I don't win something in my second year.
Yeah,
I always win something in my second year.
Season, yeah.
It's like, hang on a second, mate.
Celtic,
Celtic.
Tottenham,
no disrespect. I mean, this is disrespectful, but it's like it's a two-horse league. You had the best team.
It is,
that you can't really compare that. And then Singapore Rovers or whatever, and some other mad team in Australia. Like some kangaroo jesters.
Kangaroo United or something.
Okay, I could have come up with better names than that. But what I'm trying to say is that's you're already under so much pressure. The weight of being a Tottenham manager is so incredible. And then you say something like that. Fair play to him, but that's just a bit wild, man. And then they nearly get knocked out by Coventry in the League Cup.
What's that?
Even Jose left.
Yeah, Jose couldn't do it.
But that
Tottenham, man, get
that could be. I look at it from a different angle. That could be Ange basically saying, I win things in my second season. So what these guys are trying to do, you know what I mean, in terms of the way, is
trying to distance himself.
Potentially, he could be, you know what I mean, because he's saying you look at my record, you look at Antonio Conte, you want Mourinho won a trophy with every other club, including Roma, apart from Tottenham. So
that's not for Tottenham.
tell you something. There's a picture. Sorry, I know it's a football podcast, but just like a little mention of the boxing because that was sick, that fight. But like, there's a picture of Anthony Joshua holding all 4 belts at the top of the Tottenham Stadium next to the Cockerel, and he's lost all 4 of those belts
since he visited.
Since that picture, which is very Spursy. Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough laughing at Tottenham. Should we?
We're gonna move on to. You wanna do it for me?
Is it this one?
Crystal Palace versus Man United.
The Palace game.
Disappointing. Really disappointing.
Palace game. Rashford is on the bench. Why?
Rotation. Yeah, listen.
He looks like he's scored a couple goals. Why would you bench him now?
There's rumours saying he got dropped. It's all nonsense. He didn't get dropped. He got rotated. Ten Hag wanted to. Ten Hag got him to. He scored against Southampton, and he played against Barnsley in midweek, and he got a couple of goals there. He looked good there as well, and he thought, you know what I mean? We've got. Listen, I'm just saying.
There was memes going around the internet.
It's like Barcelona, you know what I mean?
Like the abbreviation.
Yeah, BAR.
It's BAR. It's like Man United have just beat Barcelona 7-2. They're back.
He's found his scoring touch. So look, I agree with you guys. I don't think that was the right time to bench him. But to be fair, Diallo's been playing. He's been playing really, really well for us on that right-hand side, and Garnacho deserves to start a game because every time he comes on, he's looked good. So
play every game.
Say that again.
He's got to play every game.
Rashford?
No,
Garnacho. Yeah, he looked good, and look. Obviously, I watched the game. We looked defensively very, very solid. Although Eze should have scored one of the 2 goals.
It was at Palace, yeah.
And there was that double save. Nketiah had a shot, and then I think it was.
Palace had a good few chances.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was followed up, and he should have. But Onana made an unbelievable double save. To be fair, but
go on. I've got a question for you after.
Yeah. But we were the better team. We should, especially the first half, we dominated. We should have won a game. But not winning games like that is not good. It's really, really bad. For
but do you not just think that that's just like where you are? Like, I mean, maybe
it is.
Like
that's
Palace. I've been Palace away. I think it was the beginning of last season. It was just we scraped a 1-0 victory. Odegaard,
but you got over the line. Did you play well that game?
Not particularly well. It was hard to see, really. It's an old school stadium.
But in context of how you guys normally play, would you say you played well?
We did play well.
No, we
played okay.
We were solid, but like
we played well and we didn't win. You played okay and you won. That's the difference.
Sure.
Because it's a sign of a good team, as they always say, when you don't play well when you win a game. It's a sign of not a very good team when you play well when you don't manage to win a game. Same against Brighton as well. We lost to Brighton 2-1. We were a better team in the first half. We couldn't, and we ended up losing that game 2-1. To not come away with even a draw in that game was atrocious. To come away from Palace and not win a game for me was really, really disappointing. We're not taking our chances. We've missed the most chances in the league this season. Most big chances created in the league this season. I think it's 19. It's not good enough. That has to change. If that doesn't change, then Man United are going to get a lot more disappointing results throughout the season. Not acceptable.
Where's what are we aiming for with United? Is top 4 a possibility? Or
top 4 is definitely a possibility. I still think. Yeah, I said we're going to finish top 4, but obviously
got a hell of a lot of work to get into the top 4.
Yeah, of course we do. But obviously, look,
you're not doing it.
I mean,
Liverpool's looking good. Chelsea's looking good.
I think Villa's looking stronger than you.
Villa's looking good.
Oh yeah, Chelsea. I mean, we'll get on to Chelsea.
That's a man. This year.
I understand that, but it's a long season. We're 4 or 5 games into the season, so there's always going to be a time when teams hit a purple patch. There's a time when teams hit a bad patch, run a form. Yeah, listen, it's an opinion.
No, I think top 6 is the aim for.
Let's see how it goes.
For me. I mean, question now. Do you think Martinelli gets into the Man United team?
No, he doesn't. No.
I mean, Martinelli, you're asking me now, well, he's going for a really bad patch. He's unrecognisable, and I went in hard with Martinelli with some colleagues at work last season and saying, when he was still good, that, this guy's going all the way to the top. This guy will be signed by Real Madrid one day. Like, he will.
I've never rated him.
Hopefully it's just a rough patch. Hopefully we see him again soon. He's unrecognisable.
But he played well for you lot yesterday, or especially off the ball. I thought he had a decent game.
Yeah, he missed a really big chance mid Thursday night in the Champions League.
Against I saw that. Yeah,
that was a bad.
He missed 2 chances. He missed 2 chances that game.
So
he gets into the team now.
Not over Garnacho. No,
he doesn't get over Garnacho. He doesn't.
No,
he doesn't.
Even in his prime.
Yeah,
not in his prime, then yes. Yeah, of course.
But we don't know what Garnacho's prime is. Garnacho's 19, 20 years old.
Martinelli's prime.
Do you rate Martinelli?
I like Martinelli. I think he's a good player.
Do you rate him?
Yeah.
Do you think he's a top
No, he's not a top player, but I think he's a good player. He's
a potential to be a top player.
Yeah. He's got a lot of.
I don't think.
He's got a lot of good attributes. He's got a lot of very good attributes.
He's not consistent enough. He's playing week in.
We've had this conversation before.
He's playing week in, week out. You know, it's not like he's being rotated with Trossard.
Yeah,
to where he's getting a game.
I think he needs a break.
He's still young.
He's placing the team is cemented.
Yeah, but Mo Salah didn't have consistency at 22. Sadio Mane didn't have consistency at 22. A lot of players don't have consistency at 22. It's only when they hit 24, 25, 26, sometimes even later, 28. That's when you see them.
There's no consistency. There's nothing from him at the moment. I'm not seeing anything that I'm worried about him.
1 second, on the ball, I think he's terrible on the ball. Have you seen him dribble? It's terrible for a winger at Arsenal competing for the league. He is not the winger.
Sometimes he just needs to slow himself down a little bit. He always seems to be running at 100 miles an hour. Sometimes he needs to slow himself down a bit, be a bit more composed. And I think that will come with time.
You're forgetting he's very young, and he's just done some amazing things. You know, that goal at Stamford Bridge, you know, these are things that he was doing way before the time, you know, that he should have been done. So we're expecting so much from him.
Why is it young?
I think it's young for a top two side.
Because you've still got a good 10, 12 years left in your career.
But there's primes at what, 28? Footballers
depends, between 26 and 30, I'd say.
So when do you start to see
another couple of years?
I think it's a small patch.
So
I think he's.
So you lot believe his dribbling's gonna change that much?
I think he'll improve. Yeah, he'll improve.
I think he's lacking confidence at the moment, and I think there's a good player in there.
No, but his dribbling's been like this for the last 3 seasons.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying to you. Saka, let me give you a prime example. Saka's finishing, if you remember, was terrible. There was a stage just before. I think it's like 3 seasons ago. Saka's finishing. He couldn't finish for nothing. He's worked on that. Now you can say he's just a bit under that superstar level. He's just because he's worked on his finishing.
I see Saka as superstar.
But Martinelli's not.
Yeah, but you can't. Players are different. They develop at different times. They're not.
I can't see him getting to that.
Yeah, listen, you might be right. His career might decline. Right. You might be right. His career might decline. But, you know, I still think there's a player in there. There's definitely a player in there. I can see it, and I think he's a good player. I like him. He's got, you know, he's committed, which is always good. His effort levels never drop, and that sometimes can be lacking in a player. The quality in terms of technical ability and everything, that's something that you can improve on. But if you don't have the desire, if you don't have the application, then you got no hope really. Doesn't matter how good you are technically.
Final question then. How long do you give him to buckle up his side?
Oh, I think he needs to be out of the team immediately and be coming on the bench, off the bench as an impact sub in the short term. How long do I give him playing like this?
If he doesn't buckle up, how long do you say we've got to move him on now and get someone else in?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised Arteta has stuck with him for as long as that he has done in terms of sort of playing him and starting him. But Arteta's ruthless, and I have no doubt in my mind that he will make the call that needs to be called, and we'll see changes quite quickly on that.
Well, I said this a few months back. I said Arsenal are getting to the point now where they've outgrown Gabriel Jesus, and I was right because Gabriel Jesus barely starts for you lot now. Havertz starts now. Zinchenko's nowhere near the first team now, especially with Timber and Calafiori. Yeah, so. Arsenal now are on the next level. So you're now looking at Šeško, Victor Gyökeres, I don't know, a top class winger, maybe Nico Williams, someone like that, to come in and be the difference maker now on the other side. That's where Arsenal are now. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, barring injuries, your first 11 is top class now, you know, and the consistency that you show on the ball, off the ball, well drilled, you know what I mean, work rate, all of that, it's all there, and you're only missing little bits of quality here and there now. You've got to the point now where 1 or maybe 2 players per summer is all you need, hence why you bought Calafiori and Marina. That'll do for you, and Sterling in as well.
I just turned it back to us.
I was thinking about half an hour ago.
Yeah, no, go back to we've outgrown players, and that's why sadly, Emil Smith Rowe had to go, and the decision will be made on Martinelli if this form continues. But hopefully Arteta can get the best out of him. Yeah, Reece Nelson's also gone alone, which obviously takes us on to the next game. We can talk about Fulham.
No. Oh. Fulham won 3-1 against. Who did they play against? Newcastle.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, Newcastle looked flat, mate.
Fulham looked good.
That Raul Jimenez goal was phenomenal.
Banger.
What a goal.
Banger.
You know what that reminded me of? It reminded me a little bit of Didier Drogba against Liverpool when he's chested and he turned and spun and pinged it. You know what I mean? That's the kind of... Because it's one of those ones where it's hit the back of the net before the keeper's finished diving. I thought was, and that's against Nick Pope as well. He's one of the, he's top 5, top 6 keepers in the league potentially in terms of shot stopping and covering his goal because he's, you know what I mean, he's 6'5", 6'6". So I thought that was an unbelievable finish from Jimenez. And Fulham looked good, man. Fulham looked really good this season.
Smith Rowe's linking up well. The Arsenal boys.
Yeah, if you need something done, get the Arsenal.
Even Nelson.
Say that
Arsenal boys. If you need something done, get Arsenal to
blue
do.
button that again, will you? You know what I mean? He's brought it straight back to Arsenal.
So I don't have the authority to blue button. I nearly did it, man. Just like hypnotised, I nearly did it.
Pressure. It don't take much to twist his arm, does it?
No, they're looking well.
Your boy Jacob Murphy got an assist.
He's on Garnacho's. I'm not going to say the word. He's on him.
How much? What was our 50 quid, wasn't it?
50 quid. Yeah, he's got. I think he's got 2 assists.
Yeah.
And then Garnacho's
and the Minions outfit.
1 goal, 1 assist. He's got with the minimum.
Yeah.
No, that's in Man United.
No. Garnacho's got I think 2 assists. 1 goal, 2 assists. Oh yeah, of course you did. He's keeping tabs 5 games into the season.
No, because I read it. I saw it. I had to check.
Fair enough.
If I got into you. But Fulham are unbeaten in their last 4 games. They won against Newcastle, drew against West Ham, Ipswich, won against Leicester. They're doing well, man.
Yeah, they look good.
They look good as well.
Someone beat them though, didn't they? They've lost 1 game, didn't they? That was
to.
Yeah.
But they're looking good, man.
Oh, they've showed some great ambition in the transfer market, and for them, that Emil Smith Rowe transfer fee was a big deal, man. They really pushed the boat out and put their neck on the line, signing him like that, and he's performing. So fair play, delighted for him as well.
I thought losing Palhinha would be massive for them. Obviously, it might still well be because it was still only a few games into the season, but. At the moment, they don't look like they're missing him. Yeah, he's a powerhouse though, isn't he, Adama?
Greasy arms.
Mate, I love him. I'm really annoyed that it didn't work out for him. It was Barcelona he went to, wasn't it? I think he's so entertaining to watch.
He had his time, didn't he? He had his time about 5 years ago when he was just shaking up every defence in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Whenever he came on, you're like, damn.
But he got dominated by someone a couple of weeks ago. Who was it?
Sandro Martinez.
Yeah, Sandro Martinez.
Put him in the gym.
Get back in the gym.
Put him in the gym. 5'3" on an attitude.
Yeah, that was good banter from Martinez, and I'm sure he has been in the gym. Did he say like years ago? He's like, I don't even go to the gym. It's like, come on, mate.
Who, Adama?
Yeah,
all right, mate. Yeah.
What a line!
What a line! That's a bad one. Then or something. But you reckon tops? Do you reckon they get European football for them?
It's too early, man.
It's too early, and also like you're talking about a good first 11. But as you said, Palhinha lot there. If they get some injuries and stuff,
this is what I mean.
Really see them falling away. Yeah. So they need to.
He looks good for them, though, Smith Rowe. He's playing well for them.
That's what he does, though, man.
That's what he does.
Oh man, I'm upset about that, but we're not gonna get back into it.
Well, we got a buyback clause. It's all.
Have you?
Yeah.
You should be better.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna jump into the Liverpool versus Bournemouth game. Liverpool won 3-0. My boy Diaz with 2 goals. I'm saying my boy,
Yeah.
I got him in my.
He was immense, man. He was sick.
Fiery.
He was sick.
You know what? That was a really strange game. I was watching that game as well, and Bournemouth actually played well. They actually looked okay, and then they just got hit with 2 quick fire goals on the counter, and then that was it. Game done. And
that Diaz goal was route one stuff.
Darwin Nunez's goal was incredible. Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah, that was. I think he was aiming for
what finish that was. Wow.
He was probably aiming for the near post. You know what I mean?
That was a cross, wasn't
it?
He scores bangers, and he misses the sitters.
6 foot out.
Yeah.
He'll hit over the bar.
Yeah.
But, do you reckon he'll be back in the team now? Jota's on the bench.
I don't know. I don't know. It seems to me that Arne Slot don't really fancy Darwin Nunez. He's barely played him. He's barely started him in the first 5-6 games. But maybe he's trying something different, or doing something different tactically, and he's not grasped it yet. And when he does, he'll bring him in. I don't know. But listen, you can't drop him after a goal like that. And Darwin Nunez gives you something different to all the other Liverpool forwards. He's so athletic. He's so, not that they're not athletic, but he's so direct. You know what I mean? He just wants to bully defenders.
How many times did he hit the woodwork last season as well? I think he's a bit unlucky. The woodwork is it's not far off on target, mate.
Probably, yeah.
Mate, his stats were crazy last season so he could have had a lot more goals. It's fine margins in football.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
So maybe.
But ultimately, it's not hitting the target, is it? It's not. We like it or not. It's not hitting the target.
Would I take him at Arsenal? Well, I mean, listen. Like,
It's become the Arsenal podcast now, apparently. You know what I mean?
yeah, we got to be careful, man.
Is he better than Martinelli? Would you take him at Arsenal?
Would you take him at Man United?
Well, just
Darwin?
Arsenal, just all the talk this weekend. Obviously, after the
Probably.
big title clash, and we cementing ourselves as like main, challengers. And on that point, like Liverpool last week obviously showed that they do have fragilities that perhaps before last week's
What, against Forest, you mean?
Yeah, before last week, I thought, man, these guys are title contenders. And then after last week, I thought, no. And obviously, they should
give everybody a run now.
Yeah, I think they'll be there or thereabouts, but it's not like a dead
Liverpool
cert.
will have a similar season to last season where they challenge, and it gets to about 32, 33 games, and then they slightly fall off. And I feel like they might have another disappointing result or two in the next sort of 5-10 games. I look at City and I look at Arsenal, and I just don't see them dropping points, like silly points.
We ain't got a squad there.
Yeah, but look,
We're two
you will
injuries
obviously you
away
both
No,
will, you
we
both will,
do,
but I just
like,
don't.
We
see...
have very versatile players. We've got a lot of players.
Okay,
Like,
so
especially the
if
back
City
line.
or Arsenal had played Forest at home, not a man and his dog would bet on Forest getting anything.
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
No, but we dropped points at home.
Against who?
No, I'm saying
Brighton.
we can,
That was down
we
to
can.
10 men.
No, but I'm saying we don't have the squad there.
Anyway, I just feel
I
like
think we do.
I feel
I
like
think
look,
we
I feel like the title's between City and Arsenal.
Yeah, straight
and I
up.
feel like Liverpool will finish third, but I feel like they'll fall off with about 4 or 5 games left. I just feel like it's going to be very similar to last season.
I think that's a bit generous, but yeah, I think it will be very similar to last season. Yeah.
Do you want to get some stats about Diaz?
Go on.
He scored in 5 goals in the opening 5 games. The only player to do more was Owen and Salah, scoring 6 goals.
Fair play.
Yeah, he could have had a hat trick. He was a bit unlucky not to.
And this brings me back to my point that I've made like a couple of times. I don't necessarily look. I look at quality players and they have a bad run of form, i.e. Marcus Rashford, for example, last season, and people turn around saying he's crap, he's this, he's that. I was waiting for that. But I always say there's a difference between a bad player and a player that's playing bad. And Luis Diaz last season wasn't, he showed moments.
He was going through
But he wasn't doing too well a lot of the time. And people saying, "Oh, is he good enough?" Luis Diaz is a quality player. And if you can get him fit and firing, and sometimes certain managers, the way that they play, they adjust certain things, and it suits a player better than it suits another player. And for example, Darwin Núñez, you know what I mean? He's probably suffering slightly at the moment, but Luis Diaz is thriving. So sometimes you just got to look at the individual and how they're playing. And at the moment, he looks like, he's outscoring Salah, he's out-assisting Salah. He looks like Liverpool's best player at the moment, you know what I mean, up front. So fair play to him.
Pick up Diaz, man. We're going to touch on the West Ham, Chelsea game, London derby. Michael Jackson, Nicholas Jackson.
MJ.
What a difference
He
a
was done
few
the
weeks
dances.
mate.
Yeah, he did. Fair play. I like that.
Do you know what? He's been scoring a lot of goals though,
Yeah, I
I
mean-
thought he was terrible at first, but he's proven his critics wrong, man. He's doing
And
well.
again, here you go. Players improve. That's what I'm saying to you. The technical ability will improve. If you've got the desire and application, the technical ability, give time, give patience, it will come.
No, but with Jackson, he was just missing chances.
Yeah.
He looked good. He's always in the right position. It was
There
like
you go.
Havertz at Chelsea.
It's what I'm saying. It's exactly what
No,
I'm
but
saying.
who are you comparing him to?
The way you were talking about Martinelli.
No, that's different because he's dribbling. He's not doing anything good. Nicholas Jackson he's doing stuff good.
Okay.
Havertz was doing stuff good at Chelsea. Would you agree? He's just improved at Arsenal now.
Havertz looked lost at Chelsea.
No, but
Yeah, he dropped
he
off
was still
in the
like
last
an
season.
intelligent player though.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
No,
did.
he
He was
didn't. No, he
star.
didn't.
Get
No, he
out.
didn't.
I mean, it's hard to
he looked
say
completely
with,
the first year, yeah, but then after that, he looked completely lost at Chelsea.
When João Felix came to Chelsea, it was him and Havertz. They wasn't scoring, but they still was threats. There was
João Felix stood out more than
no, but it was
Havertz did.
both. They was the two threats Chelsea had.
For you, maybe, not for
There
me.
was.
I don't think Havertz looked good at Chelsea. He didn't. For me, he didn't. But
saying there was
now
a
you're
threat.
seeing, and again, it brings me back to the point I just
Champions League
made.
final, like.
That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, but
and that's the
still.
only thing he done that season. I think that was one of like only a handful
He
of
had
goals
some
he
good
scored from that
seasons at
season.
Chelsea.
He was
The
a
last
threat.
season he
Chelsea
dropped
players
off.
respect him. They rate him. They know he's an intelligent player. But anyway, Nicholas Jackson scored 2 goals. Palmer got a goal as well. I think there's something. I don't think Palmer and what's his name, Madueke. I don't think they get along.
Why'd you say that?
You watch them play football. It's like they don't like to pass to each other.
Really?
I was watching,
You reckon?
watch them. Like Palmer was through.
Interesting.
He didn't square. Moduenke was like he didn't pass it to Palmer.
Yeah,
It
but
was both like-
the manager, if that's the case, if that is
it looked
true,
like there's a bit of
yeah, but that manager needs to pick up on that early because that can cost you in big games.
100%.
You know what I mean?
They wasn't passing to each other.
Yeah, that's not acceptable.
I'm gonna
If true, I don't know,
rewatch
I
those
don't know,
highlights
I don't know.
with
To be fair, I missed the first half because I was working on Saturday, unfortunately. But the second half, I managed to catch, and So yeah, maybe. But Chelsea look good.
Yeah.
I think the important thing.
A few weeks, mate.
Yeah.
Like, how
And-
we were talking about them, like the circus. I was enjoying the circus, man. I
Yeah,
was front
so
row.
was I. I think the most important thing, or the most satisfying thing for Chelsea fans, aside from the goals, obviously, they're keeping clean sheets now. They've kept a couple of clean sheets now. It's so important to keep clean sheets in
They
football.
went away from home.
Yeah, listen, beating West Ham. So look,
But West Ham are a bit of a mess as well, mate.
It goes back
like,
to what you said. Remember,
be careful what you wish for.
Sometimes the players don't gel. Everyone was looking at West Ham with the signings that they made.
We thought there was going to be this big team.
So maybe they're going to come good, and eventually. But at the moment, Lopetegui's under pressure and he's struggling. And like you said, be careful what you wish for.
Mate.
And this is what we were saying a few months ago on a podcast. Realistically,
like, who do you think you are? West Ham, okay? You've just won a European trophy. No, but like, you're West Ham. Like, where do you want to be?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He
No,
was like,
I
he was
agree.
7th in the league,
Yeah.
and they were calling for his head.
Yeah.
It's like, look who's above
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
and
I
you're
agree
saying
with
that
that.
you
100%
deserve to
agree.
be above
Yeah.
them. It's
Yeah,
like,
you've
okay.
got big teams above you. Yeah, it's not.
that's
You've got
crazy,
you've got
mate.
Villa, you've got City, you've got Chelsea. You've
How
got
long
Arsenal,
ago were you in the
Liverpool.
Championship? Okay,
Yeah.
a long time ago, but
Yeah.
still, like, you've come a long way,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
and he
you're
was
just going to
consistent
throw
with him,
all
yeah.
of that
Yeah.
away because you think, like, come on, man, you're selling.
Struggling, no?
You can't even sell all your season tickets
But
as well
again,
in that big
it's early
stadium.
days.
Like,
I think things could change for them in the next, few weeks. But they've got a
Yeah,
tough game
yeah, listen.
next week against Brentford. Is it Brentford away next week? I think they've got Brentford away next week. That's a tough game for them again.
They're almost going to win that. You know that?
They have to win that.
Yeah,
Yeah, West Ham have to win that.
almost win that.
A draw isn't a bad result or terrible result, but a loss is an awful result for them if they go and lose that as well.
but I don't have anything against West Ham, but I just thought it was mad disrespect to Moyes, and that was a very silly move to get rid of him. The board shouldn't have listened to the fans. They should have just done, because they made the mistake once before. They brought him back to stable the ship.
You never know. He could be back in a job in 12 months.
I don't.
Or less.
That would just be too embarrassing. So like, who knows? I'd be interested to see what happens there.
Before we wrap it up, Marco, do you want to jump into your...
So yes,
quickly?
I'm glad we have time for this. Basically, obviously, with Kane wearing the boots and he had to perform and he got the brace, fair play to him. It got me thinking about, because those boots will probably be iconic to some of the younger kids today. And us old farts love to show our age, right? So what I wanted to ask these guys, and obviously you guys at home as well, is like the most iconic football boot. It was a bit hard for me to just pick one. I would like to talk obviously about a few, but I'll just pick one and then let you guys talk about yours. But for me, it was the Predators, man. And like the ones that sort of Beckham was wearing sort of like towards like the end of his career. They're just so cool. And they're actually bringing them out again.
Yeah, they are.
When was that? What year is that? 98?
Yeah. I'd say late 90s. Yeah, late 90s.
What about you?
Boots I wore, iconic. Personal to me.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I
so
don't know, they're mad prices, some of those boots, but you used to get obviously the cheaper ones that looked but weren't.
Yeah, they weren't
legit, like
official,
Sports
yeah.
D, you just the ones where you can get them
high-tech
yourself,
ones.
innit? Yeah.
So, do you know what I had? I had the Ronaldos, the R9s.
The silver, yeah. See, I was gonna say that for me,
That was one of the ones I was going to mention.
those are the
mate.
goat boots for me.
Yeah,
They're the goat boots.
The 98 World Cup, mate.
Those are the boots I had. And also in school, I had the Nike Tempos with the big.
Do you know what, mate? You just answered it. That's it. You just answered it for me.
Original Tempos.
Yeah.
though,
Tiempos, the Tiempos.
Original.
They were my favorite with a big tongue.
Yeah.
They were my
ones,
favorite
yeah,
boots.
Yeah,
And
it's
every
all
time I
about the
wore
big
them-
tongue, mate. You had to have the fold
of course, you have to
mate.
fold it, and the laces
Yeah.
behind it.
Do you know where I
Yeah.
got mine from? Though? I got the proper ones. You know my picture? Remember Aaron's? Before
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course,
boots and that, so it
yeah.
was like less smooth. Like,
Mate, well, I just used to live in these
Original
like boots,
pair,
mate.
yeah.
I'd just wear AstroTurfs and you just wear them all the time as a kid. Like, didn't matter if they didn't have the stars. But listen, like with the Predators that I'm talking about, Zidane was wearing them.
See, I tried
the
the
free
Predators
kicks,
and I
mate.
couldn't.
Like
I just couldn't.
The vision in your head as you took a corner or a
Yeah.
free kick wearing them,
definitely
like.
thought you was back in the day.
With the curves like that, yeah. But
Ain't they like Marco?
here's another pair for you that I had when I was younger. The Puma Kings, bruv. Where did
the
they
Puma
go,
Kings were
bruv?
good, yeah.
They were
Do you know
sick,
the Puma
mate.
Kings were my first ever football pair of football boots. I was only about 6 or 7.
I had a pair.
My first ever pair.
That's proper old school, yeah.
Yeah,
Pair
yeah.
of black boots, with like a white logo like that. Because I'm a defender, yeah. So that's like a no nonsense. Can't be wearing any of these multicolored things. So obviously there's been some mad boots along the years. Tell us, your favourites because
That'd be
there'll
sick.
be some, iconic boots. And when a player's got their own boots, that is
Mercurials
just such a
and,
hard move, isn't
Zooms
it?
and all that, yeah.
Yeah. The ones that Rooney used to
wore,
wear
yeah,
with
yeah.
the 90 on them, yeah.
Yeah, no, but do you know what? the Predators I loved the look of them, but I tried to play with them a couple of times and I just couldn't. I just never, I don't know. But the Tiempos and the R9s I couldn't afford, man. They were like over 100 quid.
I mostly had the book ones. I mostly thought it was.
Nah, but my cousin had the real ones and I wore them one time. And I was just
like, even back then they were like 100 and something. It was a lot of money. Yeah, that was a lot of money back then. So God knows what they are now.
I
love them. They were about, I think about 70 quid. Yeah, they were.
Yeah. No, I still actually play in tempos.
Serious?
Yeah, but black. Yeah, leather, studs, not blades.
Nah, for me it was. Yeah.
That's what I got. That's what my Astros are tempos as well.
For me it was studs as well when I was playing.
Hey, come on, man. Blades.
Good old days.
Like, come on.
Good old days.
When's the last time you kicked a ball?
I can't, mate. Knee injury. That's where it all went downhill. Knee injury.
There's always an excuse.
No, but I
could have been semi-pro.
Yeah, that'd be sick. All right, we're going to wrap it up now. It's over. That was On The Bench podcast, episode 27. We're doing well, lads. With all the injuries, we're still pushing through.
I don't know. My throat after talking about that Doku thing feels like Frank's last week. That was very, very shouty. So apologies for that.
Carney, man. Don't worry about that. All right, but yeah, we'll be back next week. Like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, that's it, man. And yeah, you know what your time it is.
Have a good episode.
I'll give you the blessings. You're over there.
Bomba